We are taking our country back one congressional district at a time here all across these United States. Welcome back to the Thom Hartmann Program. In my opinion, just speaking for myself, one of the most toxic members of the House of Representatives is Eric Cantor, the guy who is often seen standing just behind John Boehner with what looks like a shiv in his hand. And he's the House Majority Leader and Tea Partier, and he's actually the House Majority Whip, I believe. And there's a guy who's running against him, who's a retired Army colonel, a small business owner, a community lawyer. His name is Wayne Powell. His website is Powell, Powell, 4 FORVA, as in Virginia, because Eric Cantor, of course, is from Virginia, the 7th District of Virginia. And Wayne Powell on the line with us. Colonel Powell, welcome to the program.
Well, thanks for having me, Tom. Glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us. So tell us about your campaign against Eric Cantor there in Virginia's 7th District.
Well, I've been running and fighting and campaigning hard for about a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half now, and we made over $600,000, and we're getting noticed. And sorry for all the outside noise here. For the first time in 10 years, he has agreed to debate someone. He's debating me next Monday night at 7 p.m. here in CarMax, which is the headquarters here in Goochland County near Richmond. And, of course, he's doing it in front of the Virginia Chamber of Commerce, so he never exposes himself to the public because he's more of a corporatist, and that's what he does. And he represents what's wrong with Congress, which is it's dysfunctional. I mean, he almost single-handedly caused the credit rating of our country to go down, and he's also an obstructionist. So he believes in getting nothing done unless, first and foremost, the greediest amongst us benefit.
So do I have this right? The only terms on which Eric Cantor would be willing to debate you, Wayne Powell, 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 4 FORVA.com. The only terms under which he would be willing to debate you is if it was in a venue that is run or whatever by the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, it's the only one he's accepted. I don't know what terms he would or would not accept, other than he wants to make sure the public is not allowed, and I think that's pretty consistent.
So the public can't get into this debate?
No, only 25 people from each campaign and members of the chamber or the regional chambers or the local chambers. And I've challenged him to 3 debates, and he's never answered any of my letters.
Amazing. Well, it may not work out as well for him as he thinks. I've run a lot of businesses over the years, and I've been members of as I recall, the Marietta Chamber of Commerce in Marietta, Georgia, suburban Atlanta, and in Vermont, I was a member of a Chamber of Commerce once. In fact, that's how Louise and I got our health insurance. And a lot of local chambers are not, big transnational corporations and right-wing wackadoodles. They're local mom-and-pop businesses and entrepreneurs who are just as likely to be progressives as they are to be conservatives.
And they're the crowd that I'm speaking to, and I'm also speaking to the bigger companies. But most importantly, I'm trying to be a voice for the working people. If you look at any of his literature, that is Cantor's literature, he never talks about working families. He never talks about workers, only small business people. Like that is the magical elixir to getting our economy better. And, of course, there's no business unless there's somebody to work in that business and unless there's somebody to buy the goods and services produced by that business.
Well, and several of the Koch brothers' very large multi-million and multi-billion-dollar enterprises are called small businesses because of the way that they're organized.
Exactly. And, for example, this sham of a small business tax cut, which had no requirement that anybody hire any workers as a result. And, by the way, it would benefit Donald Trump, for example, Oprah Winfrey. I mean, you've got to redefine what small business is. Small business is like my business. I employ about 15 people. It's a law firm. I have a real estate investment business as well. That is what a small business is. That's where we need to reduce the regulation, not on the multinational corporations that get tax cuts when they export our jobs. That's who he works for. He works for the greedies who want to keep their disproportionate amount of the wealth of this country. If you look at 1980, when 1%, the top 1%, controlled 7% of the wealth of this country, and today that's 25%. That tells you all you need to know about what's happened in the last 30 years.
Yeah, that's Reaganomics. That is true.
That's the trickle-down supply side, which never worked, and it almost led to a total meltdown in 2008.
Yeah, my favorite saying about that is that trickle-down economics produces a nation of peons. And
right, that's what's happening, those with and those without, and nothing in between.
Yeah, it's really true. We're talking with Wayne Powell, our Taking Our Country Back segment, letting you know about people who are working to take our country back. He is running against Eric Cantor in the 7th District of Virginia. And for Congress, the website is powell4va.com, Powellforva.com. Wayne Powell, I have your biography right. You're a retired Army colonel. You own a small business and a community lawyer.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. And I might add that in addition to everything that I am, which is the opposite of Eric Cantor, this attack on women's rights, I believe that women are equal to men in every respect. They need to make their own reproductive decisions and health decisions. And this obscene and this orgy of money in politics needs to be stopped by a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United and to require disclosure of money. This is the time that we people, I think your segment's called Taking Back the Country, and everybody says it. But in this case, this is Henrico County and Chesterfield, and the 7th District is ground zero of the political battle that we people who believe in democracy need to act to get rid of people like Eric Cantor, starting with Eric Cantor, so we can actually really get our country and our democracy back.
Yeah. Yeah, it is remarkable. I mean, Eric Cantor, one of the guys who's out front and center defending the whole Citizens United mentality, the whole,
Absolutely.
Bring on the billionaires. Yes, indeed. Without the billionaires, where would we be? Well, where would they be without the billionaires? I have a feeling they'd be, standing out with a tin cup. But so we just have a minute left here. Wayne Powell, powellforva.com, the website. People, I'm assuming they can go to your website and help out in a variety of ways. Are you also looking for volunteers in Virginia or people to come to Virginia? Are there things that people could do who don't live in the district?
Absolutely. Well, of course, we can do phone banks remotely, so anybody really anywhere in the country can help us with phone banks. And those who are close to the 7th District can come here and help us canvass, which I do every day. I go around to the neighborhoods and so forth. I mean, we don't have the $6.3 million that he has, although we do have over 600,000, but we still need as much money, of course, as we can get to be able to have a media a defense and attack on Cantor and his lies, of which there are many.
For example?
Well, one lie was that he said that I was in favor of tax increases, and of course that's the favorite lie amongst the right wing. And of course, what I'm in favor of is tax reform, which he's only given lip service to before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think anybody needs to pay more taxes, except I do think that those who are the most blessed, meaning the 1%, need to pay their fair share. That's all we're asking for.
There you go. Wayne Powell, powellforva.com. Thank you, sir.